Given that a lot of our company communications, our advice to our clients, and a lot of the intellectual property of a company is in email these days, it's important for us to also consider document management and email management. Email management refers to storing our emails inside the document management system. So for example, we might store them in the email folder of our Matter workspace. And by storing them in the document management system, we achieve management of the emails. We allow collaboration around the emails, so we can ensure that the correct people can see all of the communications that have occurred on a particular matter. And we can also ensure that the emails are searchable as well as properly secured, so that only the right people have access to the emails. So as part of the worksite document management system, we make it very easy and efficient for users to get emails from the inboxes into the document management system. To first look, you can see we can open an email message directly from our inbox, and you'll notice we have this new filing toolbar that's applied by Worksite. The filing toolbar allows us to very easily select a location we'd like to file this message. So I might choose the email folder of my Matter, and from here we can select delete and perhaps also to file. What's probably important is this location bar is what we call a suggestions toolbar, and this allows the system to be able to suggest a location where we might want to file this email based on our previous filing behaviour. For example, the last few times I've received an email from the Worksite instructor, I've saved the email in Bank L's Matter workspace. Okay, so the suggestions will automatically pop up, but of course we can always go and select the location where we want to from our recent locations, or we can browse our what should be familiar My Matters workspaces and folders. So once I've selected the location to file my email, I just hit the file button, and that message gets automatically filed into the client workspace. You'll notice now we have a green tick on the icon for this message, which means it's been filed into the document management system. And so from here, it's quite easy for me to be confident in deleting this message from the system. It's also quite easy for me to do a drag and drop. Okay, so I can just drag and drop an email from my inbox into the correct location in my tree. And the third way of getting emails from my inbox into the system is to use the inbox filing toolbar. So you'll notice we have a new toolbar here, and the same suggestions or suggested filing locations are available, and I can pick where I want it. And from here, again, I can just hit the file button. If I want to delete it at the same time, again, I just hit delete and select the file button. And that will automatically file that email into the email folder of my Matter. You'll notice I've now got these new emails sitting in my folder. I'll just quickly touch on the point that all of the emails that get filed inherit all of the metadata that we discussed earlier, the client code, the Matter code, the practice area, as well as the security. So this email is private and it's been shared just to my engagement team for this particular matter. Going back to the inbox, another handy way to save received content into the document management system is to use the Save Attachments feature. So if I have an email which doesn't really have a lot of content like this one, but perhaps the attachment itself is important, I can select to save just the attachment into the document management system. And you can see I can select new document or new version. In this case, I'll choose to select a new version, and I can go to my recent documents and select a document I've used recently and save that as the next version of this document. An example might be where it's been marked up by the client, and I can save their changes as the next version of my document that already exists in the document management system. So in that case, I've filed the attachment without actually having to file the email So again, I can confidently delete the email from my inbox knowing that the attachment's been filed in the document management system. So that's looking at emails I've received, but we can also make it very easy for the users to file emails that they send using what we call the send and file feature. So here I can create a new email message. I'm going to send it to my friend Worksite Instructor. Please action. And from here you'll notice I have my same filing toolbar. So I'm able to use the drop down menu to select somewhere to file this message. And this is a suggestions toolbar as well. So if I've previously filed an email to Worksite Instructor in a particular place, this toolbar might suggest to me that I'm going to want to save that in Bank L's Matter. So I'm going to select that location. You'll notice that the File To tick box has been enabled, which means that when I do hit the send button, not only has that email been sent to the recipient, but we should find that it's also been filed into the email folder of that particular matter. So you'll notice I've got my message which I just sent right there. Another important feature is the ability to attach documents from the document management system to emails that I'm sending, either to my colleagues or people outside the company. So from here I can use again the filing toolbar, insert attachments from Worksite, and I can choose a document that I've been working on recently perhaps, so this cross-examinations notes. Now when I select the insert button I can choose a copy or a link. If I insert a copy, as you'd expect, we just put a full copy of the document attached to the message. So here is the full copy, so it's a .doc. And that means that if I send it to someone outside the firm, that they can open and edit that document if they want to. Now another option, if I'm sending a document to someone inside my team, I can select the same document and use the insert link feature. And you'll notice that this link that's been attached to .nrl, stands for net write link, is only 66 bytes. And this is just a pointer to the document in the document management system. So by sending this to my colleagues, it means that A, I'm not filling up everybody's inbox with multiple copies of the same document. I'm also ensuring that I can't accidentally send a document to someone who shouldn't be accessing it, because if they double click the link they still won't be able to see it. And thirdly, we can make sure that the recipient of the email is always looking at the latest version of that document. So there's no doubt that if I send a document link, even if I update the document after I've sent the link, they'll still see those changes, because they're always looking at the single copy of the document in the Worksite document management system. This is an example of where we are prompting the user to always file their emails in the correct location. And the final part of our email management demonstration is going to talk about automatic filing. So you'll notice this message here, which I may have sent to a client, and I've performed a send and file. If I just have a look at my sent items, you'll notice the documents which I've performed the send and file have in their subject line what we call a luggage tag. If the client replies to my message and that message ends up back in my inbox, then Worksite will automatically detect that the original sent item was filed in a particular folder location, and will automatically file the received email back into the same location. This is very handy because if I'm having correspondence with a client, anything I send to them they reply to automatically gets filed in the correct location in Worksite. So far we've covered filing emails from my inbox. I can do that by dragging and dropping. I can open the email and use the filing toolbar, or I can select email or multiple emails and use the filing toolbar from my inbox. We've also looked at being able to perform a send and file, as well as attaching either document copies or document links from the Worksite document management system. So you can see where the tight integration of the Worksite email management system makes it very easy and efficient for users to file their emails both received and sent into the document management system.